All right, moving on to the lymphatic word roots. So the lymphatic system, we have lymph vessels, the lymph itself, lymph organs like the spleen, the thymus, and the thoracic duct. All these are part of the lymphatic system, in addition to our immune system too. So you might have some crossover there with leukocytes and stuff like that. So let's get into it a bit. Okay, so adenoido. So again, this is just kind of one where the term and the definition are essentially the same thing. So adenoidectomy is surgical removal of the adenoids. Okay, so the adenoids in your nasal cavity kind of look like glands. They resemble glands, and that's the name. That's what adenoid means. So adenoido refers to the adenoids specifically. Okay, immuno, of course, like immunology and immunity just means immune. So it's like our body's immune system. And when we're talking about immunity, we're talking about being immune to something. Okay. Lympho, of course, so many of these. It's just, you just read the term, you know what it is, right? Lympho, like lymphangitis is lymph. Okay. Lympho means lymph. So lymphangitis, we'll talk about next, inflammation of something specifically. Lymphangio, how about that? Look at our next term. Lymphangitis, of course, inflammation of what does angio mean again? What does angio mean? It goes back to our cardiovascular word roots, right? Angio means vessel. So inflammation of a lymph vessel is lymphangitis. Lymphangio means lymph vessel. Okay. Phago, like phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. What is that? Hyperphagia. What is that? Hyperphagia. Phagocytosis. So it's a cell doing something. Now, let's think about, in the lymphatic system, we have white blood cells, right? White blood cells perform phagocytosis to help to break down pathogens and debris that we don't need in the body. But how does it do that? Now that process is phagocytosis, in which the cells, the white blood cells, will eat, quote unquote, eat a pathogen or debris, get them into the cell itself, and then break them down into products that can either be used or just waste, and then get them out of the cell. Okay, so phago means eat. Phagocytosis is the process of a cell eating something. Okay, usually a pathogen of some sort, bacteria. Just getting that stuff out of the body. Phagocytosis. Okay, spleno. Another one you can just kind of look at and know immediately, right? Splenectomy is removal of the spleen. Okay, so splenectomy, surgical removal of the spleen. So if you have a lacerated spleen, you could have, or a ruptured spleen or something like that, you could have a lot of blood. You could be losing a lot of blood internally, so you have to get the spleen out of there, and things just don't live with the spleen anymore. You can live without a spleen. You can live without the majority of your organs. Weird to think about, but you could. Anyway, spleen. Okay, moving on. Tonsilo, like a tonsillectomy. Again, you just kind of look at it and tonsilo, tonsils, right? Tonsillectomy, surgical removal of the tonsils. Okay, and then thymectomy, of course, refers to the thymus. So thymus, we have a lot of antibodies being produced by the thymus. Very important in regards to the lymphatic system and our body's immune system, and getting those leukocytes into the bloodstream and into the lymphatic system. So our body's better able to actually defend itself from pathogens and debris. Okay, and that pretty much wraps up the lymphatic system.